All right. Good morning. I don't know how many people are out there right now. This is our first live hangout. And the idea, again, is to introduce myself. I'm Mr. Russo, your summer eClass principal. And I just wanted to have a chance to allow you to ask some questions. Anything I can help you with. I'll try to run a few more of these. What I want to do is just get something on the screen here so you can see who I am. For those of you that are going to be joining in at a later time. And here we go. That's me. All right. So right now, what I wanted to do was just provide some information. And just let me pause this here. Because what I can't seem to see is the chat area. So that I have to figure out. Okay. Here. Okay, let's what I can't seem to see is the chat area. All right. Oh, there we go. Live chat. Awesome. That I have to figure out. Okay. Let me just put this on mute. Okay. All right. So we're up to 9 viewers. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I will just let you know that we have a whole bunch of walk-in sessions that are happening. And so on our eClass website at www.tcdsb.org/eClass, if you visit that page, you'll notice that we have a whole bunch of walk-in sessions that are happening here at the board office. As soon as you walk into the board, you'll see that in the main area, the main lobby area, you'll have a couple of people there, including a teacher, that you can sit down and ask questions and navigate your online space, figure out how to log in, figure out how to submit an assignment, figure out how to be part of discussions. You may have to complete your registration. So if you're coming into the board office to drop off your paperwork, you may just want to ask the teacher on site, how do I log in? What is my login? As a matter of fact, let's highlight the login. So we do begin on July the 5th. And that being said, teachers will be in their course shells slightly earlier. However, they may not engage directly with students until July the 5th, but they will be working in the background setting up their course shell. That being said, let's focus on the login. So if you're a Toronto Catholic student, your login is basically going to be your network ID, so the same username you would use to access a school computer or the Wi-Fi network within the within a TCDSB school, your day school. And the password is also, again, the same password that goes with your network ID. And so let's make that clear. Toronto Catholic student, when you're logging into tcdsb.elearningontario.ca, is you're clicking on the TCDSB button to log in, and your username and password is the same as your network ID, sorry, your network login. For non-Toronto Catholic students, you would go to the same site, but you would click on a different button. You would click on the non-TCDSB button, and then once you're there, your username is going to be your OEN number. This is a number that can be found on your report card, your credit counseling summary, and then your password. Now, in terms of password, What we're asking is non-Toronto Catholic students to email eregister@tcdsb.org. Let them know that you've been accepted. Let them know that you tried logging in, but you need a password. And so they will issue you a password. If you really want to move things along, because we have hundreds of students in this program, we're almost up to 4,000 for just session 1. You may want to pop in. You may want to be here physically and say, listen, this is my login. I'm having issues. How can you help me make sure that I can log in before July the 5th, because that's when things begin. Okay. If you're a Toronto Catholic student and you need to reset your password, again, you can do that either in person during our walk-in sessions, or you can reach out to eregister@tcdsb.org. Let them know that you're a Toronto Catholic student. Share your username so that way they can identify you a little sooner, a little quicker. And what also helps is if you include your OEN number and your day school. So that way when we search the database to reset your password, it'll be a lot quicker for us to turn it over and respond to you, okay? For non-Toronto Catholic students, same process, just a little bit different in terms of information sharing. So when you're contacting us saying that you have any login issues or anything of that nature around accessing your course, eregister@tcdsb.org, include your OEN number, and also let them know, include within the email that you've been accepted, okay? So then we're hoping that we can respond within 24 hours. Again, we're dealing with a very significant volume of requests, but we're doing our best to turn things over right away. I'm going to cut to a question from the chat. The question is from Natasha. Will the summer school be online video like now where the teacher is going to talk and explain? Great question. So the question was about what is the online experience going to look like? And really it depends on your teacher and the opportunities that you and your teacher together establish, to line up with how you like to learn. And again, what the teacher is able to facilitate. Could there be sessions like this where you're online at the same time? Maybe. Could there be videos that your teacher pre-records and shares with you? Maybe. But the general structure of an online course is that there are online pages within the course. You can call them modules, you can call them activities, you can call them lessons, you can call them units like day school. The labeling really doesn't matter. What matters is that once you're in the online space, you're going to go to content area. You're going to notice that there's different pages, and within those pages there are links, there is information for you to go through, activities, discussions, quizzes. And really, Natasha, if I may, you may want to offer suggestions to your teachers as to how you might want to submit your work. You may want to submit a video, a Google presentation. You may want to submit, different ways that you want to express your learning. That, again, you can voice to your teacher, okay? But if I can take this opportunity to highlight that, you really want to log in, folks, because spots are running out. And if we notice that within a day or two you're not logging in, a day or two, if within a day or two of the start of the program you're not logging in, we're going to reach out to you and let you know that you're being moved to session 2. So the biggest thing here for those of you that are online right now, you're benefiting from knowing this information. If you can pass it on to your friends. If students are registered for an e-learning course this summer, the biggest thing that they really need to get ahead of is they need to log in immediately. Any delay in logging in, students could lose their spot, okay? And we don't want that. And again, we're not going to necessarily just drop you. We're going to move you into session 2, and we're going to try to make an attempt to call you or to send you an email based on the information that we have, okay? Please pass that information along. I'm going to look at the chat area. There's more questions. So from Joseph, what is the link to the eClass login? Okay, so the link to the eClass login, I'm going to try to share my screen, okay? So I'm going to go in and I'm going to share my screen. And I guess I can share my entire screen, or let me cancel this for a second. If I can just have a moment here, I'm going to go into the TCDSB e-learning site, okay? All right, so I'm going to share my screen now. And okay, stop that. That didn't work. Let's try that again. Let's go to, sorry, I just need one moment. I'm using Hangouts on Air. And what I want to do is I want to be able to have a separate web page, but they're all the same. So let me just go in here. Let's go to, sorry, I just need one moment. I'm using Hangouts on Air. And what I want to do is I want to be able to, okay, let's see if this works. All right. So let me just screen share. It's not allowing me to screen share. Okay, that's not good. Application. Oh, there we go. I was looking at the wrong page. Okay. In the chat area, if I can just get confirmation that you can hear me. Okay. So right now I should be sharing my screen. Let me just double check here. Okay, I'm just waiting to see. Yeah, okay, so you should see the screen right now. So for Joseph, who asked the question, where could you go to log in? The login page is right here. It's being displayed. It is tcdsb.elearningontario.ca. Okay, so that's where you go and log in. And that's the one question there. So let me go to the chat area again and see what other questions are being asked. So Joseph is saying, I have my login, but I'm unsure where to log in and what the website is. Okay, so Joseph, again, tcdsb.elearningontario.ca. If you're a Toronto Catholic student, you would click on the TCDSB Students and Faculty button. If you're a non-TCDSB student, you would obviously click on the latter, okay? Next question from Dr. Brendan 8506. I applied for EMS from grade 11 online, but never got an email yet. When is the last day to get an email? So Brandon, we're trying to make our way through all of the requests. We're going to be, for session 1, we advertised in the flyer as well as on our website that we will continue to accept students up until the end of the first week of the start of the program. So what does that mean? Whether there is space or not, let me repeat that again. If there is space, we will continue to accept students until next Friday, and that would be for session 1, okay? But for session 2, we will continue to accept students because that program doesn't start until July 18th, okay? All right, next question. Can we start to log in now, Natasha? Absolutely. The best thing you can do right now is make sure that you have access, okay? So my advice is go to tcdsb.elearningontario.ca, put in your login information, and under the, if I may, I'm going to log in. And then what I would advise you to do is I would advise you to search for your course, okay? And so what you would do is you would go to select a course, okay? And you really shouldn't have a lot of courses there, but if you do have a lot of courses, then the one from summer school or the ones that you have from summer school should be right at the top of the list. If they're not, what you're gonna want to do in the search area is you're gonna type in 2017 SS, all one word, okay? So 2017 SS, all one word, and then hit the search button, okay? And once you do that, you'll notice that your courses will show up. And if they're not there, they, you know, keep checking daily, because we're adding new courses, we're staffing new teachers, and the whole process from start to finish takes about 24 hours for the actual automation to kick in, okay? Because again, we're dealing with thousands of kids. And so once you locate your course, what you're going to want to do to ensure that it stays at the top of your list is there's this little pin here. So if you click on the pin, it'll pin your course, your active course, right along the top. Okay? Okay, next question. How is managing an online school rather than in school? Do you enjoy it? Love it. Great experience. This is the first time, for example, so I was the principal last year and the year before, and this is the first time I just thought, you know what, I'd love for students and parents to get to know me, because they don't actually get to see me. And so I thought, why not run a Hangouts on Air and give students a chance to connect with me, see my face, hear my voice, and let them know you have a direct line to me all the time, okay? The next question, you could always copy and paste the link. Thank you for that. Always good to have advice on the fly. I want you really to know that I learned how to do this, and at the same time, put it out as an invitation, pretty much at the same time, 5 minutes apart, okay? So I just, it's always enthusiastic, or let me say that again, it's always exciting, rather, to try new things and try to connect with people and keep the learning going. Next question, how do you know when you're logged in? Well, you'll notice that you're landing on the home page. For example, I successfully logged in, so I'm able to see the home page, which is the page you're seeing right now, okay? Next question from Eden Cupid. I'm taking civics and careers online for grade 10. How do I know I'm doing that? So Eden, great question. A lot of information there I could provide. Number one, you would have received an acceptance email, or if you've registered through a Toronto Catholic day school counselor, they would have registered you, so you would have had a copy of the registration form in your hands. And at the same time, you would have tried what I just suggested, logging in, searching for your course, and then you know that you're in those courses, okay? Next question, TCC01, am I able to switch teacher for my online course? Well, I'm really happy you asked that question, because that's always a sensitive area. We don't do that. You know, you're in your course, you're working with your teachers. There's really no space for you to move around. I appreciate you asking this question, though, very much. But again, students are in their course. Switching the course won't be possible. There's really no room, okay? Next question. How come when I log in on my screen, it says change password? Ali De Los Santos. Awesome, super awesome question. So in order to try to make the experience a bit better, what we tried to do is we tried to enable a service called single sign-on. And part of the glitches that went along with, you know, making some changes is sometimes there's things like this that pop up. So what you need to do, Ali, is you just need to you can contact me, which is just, I'll put my email in the chat here, okay? And, okay, so I just populated my email in the chat. And what you can do is just send me an email, share whether you're Toronto Catholic student or non, and then at the same time, let me know your username. If you're a non-TCDSB student, put in your OEN number, and then just remind me that you're having that forced reset password issue. For me, all I have to do is uncheck a box, and then you're good to go. Okay. Next question from Tina. I got email saying I am accepted, but I did not get my login information after I asked for a password. Yeah, so you should have gotten a password. So Tina, again, send me that email. Let me know you've been accepted. And then what we can do, and that you're waiting for a password, and then we'll get back to you with the password, okay? Next question from Diana De La Cruz. One, I get this message, you do not have access to my courses. You do not have access to my courses. Oh, to any courses. Anna, I'm not understanding that point. Are you saying you've logged in successfully and you're unable to find the courses? If you can clarify in the chat. Okay, I'm going to move on to another question and I'll come back to you, Diana. Natasha, I tried logging in, but it says my username password is invalid. Okay, so Natasha, are you a Toronto Catholic student? Like, go through the process I recommended a few minutes ago. Just send me an email and share that information, Toronto Catholic student or non. And then if you're a non, share your OEN number. If you are a Toronto Catholic student, share your username and the day school that you're from, and then we'll flip over either a password reset and give you a new password, or we'll sort it out. You're non. Okay, so Natasha, send me your OEN number, and that's pretty much it. And then we'll flip you over a password. Okay. Okay. Let me keep up with these questions here. They're coming in. This is great. Alexandra, what happens if you are a non-TCDSB student and you still haven't received the user ID and password even though you requested them? So Alexandra, the big thing here is that I need to make sure that you've received an acceptance email. If you've received an acceptance email, then you can contact us and we will follow up with a password. Again, if you're a non-TCDSB student. If you're a TCDSB student, your login should work just like in day school. Okay? So there's a difference here, Alexandra. If you haven't received an acceptance email, then we're still waiting to process because, again, we have so many requests that have come in. We're trying to make our way through all of them. And I can appreciate the fact that you want to take an online course and you're reaching out. So please continue to do so. And we're hoping to get around to supporting everyone. Okay. Dr. Brandon, I logged in right now and all of my courses are pinned to the top. But the problem is it's all my courses from day school for next year. Great point, Dr. Brandon 8506. So what you can do is unpin the ones for next year. And then just pin the ones or the one that you're taking in the summer. And if the one from the summer is not there yet, you know, eventually it will be there, or just send me an email and let me know which course or courses you have registered for and you're waiting on. So send me as well, Dr. Brandon 8506, send me your username as well, because I'm getting the sense that you're a Toronto Catholic student. Next question, Eden Cupid, how do I know when my course starts? This information was published a little while ago. It would also have been shared through your counselor or through the emails that you've been receiving after you complete registration. But again, more information is always available at www.tcdsb.org/eClass. Okay. Bottom line is the Session 1 program is being offered from July 5th to July 31st. And then the Session 2 program is being offered July 18th to August 14th. Okay, I'm just going to take a little sip of my coffee here. TCC, where am I here? Again, the question about switching teachers, you won't be able to switch your teacher. Eden, he said that, okay, Natasha, Dr. Brandon, you can already, okay, that's right. Diana De La Cruz 1 is back. I'm in the portal right now, but when I click on select a course, this message shows up. You do not have access to any courses. Interesting. Okay, Diana, if I can ask you to send me an email with your username and the course that you're supposedly registered for, and then we'll figure out why you don't have access. Okay? Lana, I'm a TCDSB student, but I can only log in when I click on the non-TCDSB. Interesting. Okay, Lana, can you send me your information? Send me your username. And by sending, I mean to my email address. Send me your username and your day school, and then I will look into that. Okay? But what matters though, Lana, is that you're able to get in and access your courses, because that's, you know, we want to make sure you're ready to go for July 5th. Next question from Eden. How do I know when my courses begin? Again, They're empty right now because teachers are setting them up in the back end. They will be live July the 5th. So your courses begin July the 5th for session 1. Okay? All right. Oh, no problem, Diana. Anything else, folks? Okay, so I know this was kind of a last-minute thing. I'm just trying to get around to reaching out to you. I'm going to put out, again, another email inviting students, parents, anyone really who wants to get to know more about eClass. I want to try to reach out to as many people as possible, give you some notice so that you can actually jump in on these live sessions, connect with me, and really just be able to ask questions about anything you need around setting up for your e-learning class. Can you please provide me with your email address again? For sure. It's also in the chat. So Joe Russo at tcdsb.org. Okay, there it is right there. Frank P.O. Hi, Joe. I still don't have access to my shell. Okay, Frank, so you should have access over the weekend. I'm assuming by tomorrow. If not, keep in touch. I was gonna reach out to the teachers shortly, okay? Trinity, question. If our teacher has posted the content and assignments, can we begin the work? Trinity, awesome, super awesome question. The answer is no, because the teacher and yourselves need to be on the same pace. You need to be on the same schedule. The whole community building aspect of being online like when you are in a classroom is you're all working together. You're all part of the same discussions. You're all trying to support one another, providing each other feedback, and teachers providing you timely feedback, all along the same activities that everyone's working on at the same time. I'm so happy you asked that question, because even though the activities or content is posted, you officially begin July the 5th. And don't forget, to support as many requests as possible. So we're looking at possibly again, assuming there's spots, we're looking at allowing students to register for session 1 all the way up until next Friday. So really, even though content is there, even though we start July the 5th, there could be some students that start a day or two late, and so we're also giving them a chance to integrate as well. So great question, Trinity, but again, if you want the best information, you're going to want to connect with your teacher. So folks, if I can just mention one more thing before I stop the broadcast, please, pretty please, make an effort to log in. Make an effort to log in, find your course, because then we can go into the class list and say, hey, this student logged in, they've accessed their course, they're committed, they are serious about taking their online course. Because again, if you've got friends that are taking online courses and are procrastinating or not, jumping in and logging in and figuring things out and connecting with their teacher, within a day or so of them not doing that from the beginning of the course, they will be moved to session 2, which is again something that we're just trying to support as many students as possible that really want to take an online course, and those students would make the effort to log in, figure things out, communicate with the principal and teachers to make sure that they have access and they really want to start and they really want to be on a good path to success. Okay, so my email is there. You've now met me. I'm really happy to be your principal. I'm always listening. I'm always available. And really go out there and connect with people and ask them to log into their course, secure their spot. And again, don't forget, this is an awesome opportunity to really build upon your skill set. Learn online. Communicate with people online. Really test yourself around being organized and self-direct yourself and self-regulate your time and efforts, because it's all you, and you think that you can sign in and log in whenever you want, but the reality is you always need to keep in touch with your online course and your teacher and your students. You need to know what's going on. As a matter of fact, one last tip I'll leave you is that I'll go back to sharing my screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that you can, let me just go here. What you can do, okay, stop sharing, wrong screen here. Excuse me. There it is. Okay, sorry, just give me 1 second. And I want to go into the right screen. There we go. Okay, so folks, one last thing I'll leave you with is, in order to keep in touch with your course without having to check in all the time, what you can do is you can go to your profile here on the top right hand side. Then you can go to notifications. And then once you're in notifications, just make sure that you share an email address. So my email address is the board email address that I have displayed, but I'm recommending that you change your email address so that it's your Yahoo or Gmail or Outlook. And then once you've put out your external email, if you've got this email connected to your iPad, to your device, like your mobile phone as well, what you can do is you can check off receive email notifications when your teacher posts a news item or when they update a news item. And then that way, because the news item, which is in the main area of your online course, the news item is your teacher's main vehicle on how to provide instruction, provide direction. And so every time they post something, rather than you thinking about whether they've posted it or not, if you set up your notifications, the notifications will come straight to your email. And then that way you're like given a heads up, hey, come to your online course, the teacher posted something, let me figure out what it is so I can stay organized, okay? I've got a question here from Eden. Does it matter what time I sign in and get my assignments? Absolutely not. You know, that's the beauty around e-learning is it's completely flexible and accessible at all times. But you also want to be aware of what activity is happening in your course. So if there's a discussion that offers you insight, that offers you some good feedback, some good learning, that leads to you understanding and acquiring a deeper level of understanding and knowledge that you can apply to your assignment, your activity, your upcoming task, you're going to want to be signing in and participating in a timely manner. Because if you're signing in at 2 a.m., but all of your other students have participated, then you're not really getting that timely interaction that feeds your understanding. Okay, but also not just feeding you, you also want to connect with other people. That's how you learn. And so try to always stay on top of your course, try to always stay on top of the activities, try to contribute, because the more you contribute, the more you're going to learn, and that's what it's all about, right? You want to be on a path to success. Wow, look at that. Joseph tried to respond to that question. Awesome. Ali, on the first day, do we have to log in all at the same time? Ali, the big thing here is obviously you want to make sure you access your online course. You want to make sure there's no login issues. And then you want to meet your teacher. So reach out to your teacher. There's an email button, which is, again, right at the top here. You also have a chat feature within your online course. And you want to connect with your teacher right away and let them know, hey, how are you? I'm excited to be part of your course. I'm active. I'm ready to go. Okay? Another question. Queenie Chu, will the tests and exams be online? Great question. All of the learning happens in your online course. However, if you're taking a grade 12 university level course, you will have to write a face-to-face final exam on July the 27th at the Catholic Education Center, which is the board office at 80 Shepherd Avenue East. Okay? I cannot log in, Mr. Russo. Okay, so contact me at joe@tcdsb.org. And if you're a Toronto Catholic student, include your include your username and your day school, okay? If you're a non-TCDSB student, then include your OEN number, okay? Trinity, for half credit courses such as citizen, does the course finish sooner? Great question, Trinity. The answer is no. Each course in session 1 will take place from July the 5th to July the 31st. And each course in session 2 will take place from July 18th to August 14th. Okay. Where will the questions and tests be displayed? Okay, so you're joining us a little bit later. And Hinam or Hiram, sorry, I butchered that. Question came in. The questions, tests, so your teacher is going to set up their course differently. And so each teacher is going to set up their course differently, but in general, when you're within a course, what you'll notice is that there is a, let me just go into a practice course here. I'm just going to go into like a weird course right now. It's not necessarily the course that you're going to be in and how your course is going to look like, but you're going to look for these links, right? There's these active links up here. And so you could go to your Dropbox to submit your assignment. If there's a quiz, you can go to quizzes. If you want to take a look at rubrics, if you want to communicate with your teacher, there's your email page. If you want to see your class list, you can go to class list. And then in terms of the, I guess the tests and stuff like that, you would go to the quizzes area. But in terms of content, you would just have to find the content page. But your teachers are going to set this up so that it's a lot easier for you to access where you need to access, okay? Ali, what time do we have to log in on July the 5th? Ali, there's no time. There's no prescribed time, but if you pop in, I would advise daily. At least your teacher knows that you're active and you're aware of what's happening, okay? Don't ever underestimate the power of over-communicating with your teachers to let them know not just the fact that you need some clarification or feedback, but more importantly, that, you know, you're on top of things, and heck, you might even want to suggest some alternative ways for you to submit your work, like not just a paper copy or not just a Word doc, or, you know, you might want to just suggest, hey, I'd love to create a video of my learning. I'd love to create a slide deck. I'd love to create something. And so just keep in touch with your teachers, because they learn from you and you learn from them. And that's what makes it a rich experience, is that when everyone is engaged, the level of community building and connectedness is just going to lead to a better experience for everyone. Okay. So folks, with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to go back to the Hangout main page. And so last question. So to confirm, all we have to do is log in to proceed in the course. Correct. Does grade 10 history include a face-to-face exam? No, just the grade 12 university. Okay, courses. All right, folks, I'm going to leave you at that. I will be back online. I will send out emails again. I hope you enjoyed this first ever broadcast on my part. And it was really nice to meet you all. Thank you for jumping in on the chat. Your questions are questions that many have, and so now they're going to be able to watch this video and learn from you. And so thanks. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, and happy long weekend as well. Bye for now.